Hello, how are you? This is Donna Carroll, and this is Sunday, June 27th, and it's 6 o'clock here in Albuquerque in New Mexico, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. And today, or tonight, we are going to do a healing with the Arcturians, and they are going to come in and work on your heart and your lungs. And of course, the heart is the most important organ in the body. You wouldn't live too long if you weren't breathing or if your blood wasn't flowing through the heart. So it's also the most important organ spiritually. And from what I've heard, the heart holds many, many secrets yet unknown to man, which they will discover in the future about how it works spiritually and how it connects to your pure essence, the higher dimensions, etc., etc. So today my little helpers are here. This is Benjamin. He's sitting on the desk, so he wanted to be here. He's my glue. He's always glued to me. More like a dog than a cat in some ways. And then Chloe is sleeping right there on the massage table. So they've decided to join us, which is pretty cool. Wanted to let you know that my website will be published August 1st. It's almost done, but my web developer is going to be out of town July, so I didn't want to have the launch date when she was gone in case something happened. So the website is almost done, just putting in a plugin, finishing up the registering for classes, getting those getting those forms put into the website. So it's been a long, long haul, but I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. And after August 1st, I'm going to start teaching again. So I will be teaching channeling classes. I will be doing past life regressions. I will be teaching about selenite. I will be doing exorcisms. And you can find information there on the website once it's published. And I'll be doing those mainly over Zoom. Eventually, I'd like to travel and do those live because I always feel like, the live interaction is the best. But for right now, I'll be working over Zoom. And I did teach channeling over Zoom last year, and it went pretty well. So if you're interested in learning to do what I do, which is to bring in the guides and have them speak verbally through you, it's an invaluable skill, and of course I would highly recommend it. You can also channel music, art, you can do automatic writing. There's a lot of ways to channel, but verbal channeling probably is the most well-known, and basically that's what I do the most of. So I want to say hello to Sarah and Janet. Thank you for being here. I appreciate your presence. And I'm wondering if there's anything else I need to say or want to say. I hope you're all doing well, enjoying the summer. It's been light here, long hours, and it's really been enjoyable. So I'm going to open the door so I can get some air. My friend wants me to come visit her in Florida. I've been traveling a lot. I traveled a lot during COVID. It was kind of cool because nobody was traveling. I'm hoping I can get to Florida, but who knows? I kind of feel guilty because I'm like, no, you should be working. But then I'm like, no, you really want to travel. So, and my dream trip is to go to the South Pacific and sail in the South Pacific Ocean among the atolls. The only problem is I don't know how to sail, so I don't know how that would happen. But anyhow, okay, enough about me. I'm going to start the healing. I hope you're all doing well. I want to say hey to Katie and the angels and Scotty. So glad you're here. I'm excited about this healing because the Arcturians, they do wonderful work, but we're going to be working on some major organs today. And if I didn't trust my guides completely, believe me, I wouldn't do this work because, we're working with some important organs in the body. So without further ado, go ahead and take in 3 deep breaths, in and out, at your own pace, just to relax and just to get centered. Someone knocked over something. Okay, and then one last breath. All right. If you have some selenite, pick it up and utilize it. You can hold it in your hands, put it over your heart. You can even sit on it over the root chakra. If you don't have selenite, don't worry, because guess what? There's selenite in your body. So you do have it, whether you know it or not, but I always hold it when I channel. Here's the piece I usually hold. So if you will, call in your guides. At this time, I'd like to call in my highest and best healing and channeling guides. I call in the archangels, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Ariel, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Michael. I'm asking for thousands and thousands of warrior protection angels around you. Imagine them in rings around your body. And we ask these angels to protect us. Please protect us from all negative thought forms, entities, and energies. If anything comes up for release, we ask those angels to take it to source and transmute it into light. We invite Mother Earth to come in, Father Sun. And lastly, I would invoke the Lemurian Mother Goddess to oversee this channeling and overlight it. Please make my words clear, accurate, loving, truthful, and helpful. Amen. Okay, so now I would like to invite in our special guests, the Arcturians that have been working with me during this healing, during these healing sessions, and I'm asking that they come in and take over my voice and conduct this healing of the heart and the lungs. Amen. Well, hello. We are the Arcturians, and we are quite blessed and very happy to be with you here tonight. We want to thank you for your presence, your energy, and your commitment to your own healing. We suggest or offer the advice that it's good to do healing on very different levels. So physical healing, which would include eating good food, exercising, going to the doctor, the massage therapist, the chiropractor, etc. Mental healing, which it would include reviewing your thoughts, your patterns, your behavioral issues, your psychological input and output, and of course, spiritual healing. Spiritual healing is probably not what one thinks of when they think of healing, but yet it can be a very powerful force in your evolution and your healing of the soul. And this is what we want to offer you today. Please know that all the healing that is done in the spiritual world does directly filter down to the physical world in one way or the other. We, the Arcturians, we specialize in healing, and many of the Arcturians incarnated on your planet here today in this year 2021 do work in the healing fields as medical technologists, nurses, surgeons, doctors, chiropractors, massage therapists, respiratory therapists, etc., counselors. The list goes on and on. And we are here to help humans release what they need to release so that it gives them the ability to go up higher in frequency. And that is our mission, and that is why we are here with you today. So today we are going to focus on the heart, which is the main instrument in your body. Not only does the heart pump blood out to the different parts of your body, blood that is highly oxygenated and filled with nutrients, it also clears the blue blood, or the blood that has been depleted of oxygen, that has been utilized by the different organs of the body. And so it has a twofold purpose: putting out highly oxygenated blood for use and bringing in highly depleted or blood filled with carbon dioxide so that it can be released, and once again the heart would get reoxygenated. And the lungs assist in this ever cyclical motion of the heart by bringing in the oxygen into your body, breathing in the oxygen from the autonomic system um, actually oxygenates the blood in your heart. So there is an exchange or a relationship between the heart and the lungs, which is primary to life, not just for humans, but many, many life forms on your planet. It is the main prerequisite necessary for life. And so we are going to be working on this basic system in your body to have it function at a higher rate, to bring in more oxygen. Many people are depleted of oxygen in your world because the air that they're breathing is not the best. Also, the water that they're drinking may not be the best, and the food that they're eating may not be the best. You can always improve the water and food that you are intaking, but sometimes it is difficult to improve the air. But we are going to work on your organs' abilities to work with what you've got, which is always a good thing. You always have to start from somewhere, and so we are going to start from your set point in your bodies, in your heart and lungs. We're going to start with the lungs, and then we are going to move to the heart. So if you would, just focus on breathing in and out. You can take exaggerated breaths, breathing in the oxygen and letting the carbon dioxide out. And this is the function that your lungs do thousands and thousands of times a day. So if you would, we are going to go into your lungs. We ask for your permission to access this organ and the accompanying organs. And with your permission, we go into the lungs. We go into the trachea or windpipe, going down into the lungs, into the bronchi, and the areoli, and we are going to cleanse your entire system. By cleansing, we are going to release toxins. These toxins may be physical in nature, they may also be emotional in nature or metaphysical in nature. So we are going to do a cleanse primarily. So just bring us into your lungs, and as you breathe in and out, we are cleansing this organ and all the muscles and all the cells that work within it. You will all have your own unique guides to work with you today. And they are bringing in healing for you. We access your lungs' capacity to bring in oxygen, and we are now tweaking it so that you can bring in more oxygen or more air into the lungs. And we are also tweaking the filtration system so that your lungs can differentiate between pure oxygen and other pollutants that might be in the air. So we are going to adjust your body so that your lungs, so that they can deal with the air that you're breathing currently. Just breathe. As you breathe, we are observing firstly, and then we are working secondly. And if you can feel us, that is a positive. But if you cannot feel us, do not fear, we are with you. It is true that the lungs hold grief for many people. So now we are going into the repository of emotions stored within your lungs, and we are going to do a deep cleanse, and we are going to help you release the grief that is stored in the muscles and tissues of this organ, along with other emotions that need to be cleared. You may feel these instantaneously, or you may feel them over the next 3 days as they leave your body. And we will be monitoring you, we will be observing you, and we will be with you if needed over these next 3 days. So we are working on clearing your lungs emotionally. And now we are working on the connections. We are looking at the connections between your lungs and the other organs that support it, the esophagus, the trachea, the nasal passages. And we are looking at the relationship between the lungs and the heart, the rib cage, all of the organs in the body. And we are improving the connections between these different organs and cells in the body. We are purifying the connections, meaning we are cleaning out energies that interfere with proper functioning. And we are also increasing the communication, or we are improving the communication, which is oftentimes electrical, between the different body parts. Shoring up communication lines between the lungs and the heart specifically. The lungs get rid of the carbon dioxide that the heart pumps into the lungs when it is done, or with it, and it also, we also are looking at the function of the oxygenation that the lungs provide for the heart, which then goes into the bloodstream and into the rest of the body. So we are improving these communication lines, which oftentimes involve valves, arteries, ventricles, etc., etc., even nerves and muscles. So we are working sometimes very, very intricately, sometimes at the cellular level. If you have a blockage in your heart, this could be an emotional blockage, it could be a physical blockage. We are working on dismantling it. If you have a heart wall, meaning you have difficulty in walking around with an open heart because of past hurts and abuse, trauma, etc., we are starting the dismantling of this heart wall, or we are helping you to dismantle this heart wall along with the other spiritual practices that you do, i.e. meditation, breath work, etc. We are just basically prepping you so that you can utilize the time spent in meditation better, the time spent in spiritual practice better. And now we flush your lungs with oxygen. We bring in a burst of oxygen into your lungs, and we amp it up for higher functioning and higher release. Actually, the more oxygen that you can process throughout your breathing, the easier and faster your emotional releases will be. It is interesting to note that the blue bloods are actually the reptilians, the rich and wealthy on your planet, and blue blood is associated with low levels of oxygen. So you want to keep your oxygen levels high. You want to be a red blood person, if at all possible. But yet we offer much oxygen and healing to the blue bloods and anyone upon your planet, no matter their background. And now we go into the alveoli and the capillaries, where the intimate exchange between the heart and the lungs takes place, and we cleanse these areas for better exchange between these organs. This is at a microscopic level. These are very small particles in your body. We are cleansing them, and we are improving the functioning between the smallest parts of the lung and the smallest parts of the heart to have better exchange between the two organs. We are improving the working relationship. Very good. And lastly, we ask that you download from your highest self, the highest part of your oversoul, the highest part of your body in this incarnation. We ask that you bring in the divine template for your lungs into your physical lungs, bringing that into your body. And we overlay it on top of the physical aspect of the lungs in your body. And we set that template there with your help. And now we ask that your physical lungs connect to the divine template and use this as a guidepost or marker for growth and evolution, so that your lungs have something concrete to look at as it goes goes very good. Now the template is set, and it will help you as you go about your daily life. Okay, and now we move to your beautiful and hardworking hearts. Your hearts beat about 100,000 times a day, and they process about 2,000 gallons of blood a day, which is astronomical if you think about it. We would think that the intricacy and the inner workings and the complexity of the human body, just in its physical space, forget about the multi-dimensional space, would point to a designer or the creation of life as coming from intelligent forces, which of course we agree with. We do not believe that humans developed from amoeba or bacteria or from very low-level life forms. They were actually designed, and this is evident by the intricate and amazingly complicated machinery, if you will, inside you. So now, with your focus on your beautiful heart, we are going to go into the 4 chambers of the heart, and we are going to clear them on the left side and the right side. So we ask that you focus, first of all, on the right side. The right side actually receives the depleted or blood from the lungs that has lost its oxygen. And so the aorta at the top of the right side receives this depleted blood. And so it plays an important role in regeneration of the blood for the body. And then it passes it down to the right ventricle. So let's focus on the right side of your body. And at this time, we would ask that you would cleanse the muscle, the 2 chambers of the heart, and all cells within those 2 chambers that work for you on a daily basis. We are going in and cleansing, scrubbing, even releasing plaque that has built up on your veins and arteries. We hope that you can feel us, but if you cannot, rest assured that we are working with your safety as our primary concern. We do not want you to have any adverse reactions from our work, so we are quite cautious and very careful when it comes to your health. Rest assured. So we are cleansing the right side of your heart. The heart also, it is the seat of the soul, spiritually and physically. It is the seat of the body. And so it has major functions, but it also can hold grief, pain, anger, resentment. So we are going to do an emotional cleanse later, but right now we are focusing on the physical aspects of your beautiful hearts. Very good. And now we are looking at the functionality of the valves and the aorta and the veins, the arteries on the right side of the heart that are receiving the blood that has very little oxygen, and we are shoring up not just the lines of communication, but we are looking at the conversation between these different parts on the right side of the heart, and we are clearing them, fixing them, improving them. We are going down to a very small scale into body parts that science has no name for. And this is very interesting work for us and quite fascinating. And so we enjoy doing this for you and for others on your planet. And now on the right side of the heart, we are shoring up lines of communication. We are also looking at the electrical impulses that the heart receives, which contract and also release the valves on the left and right side of the heart. And we are looking at the pulse per second, basically how many times these signals are given to your heart, and if this is the best rate for you, if it can be improved somewhat. So we know that your heart beats approximately 60 beats per second, and we are looking at the heartbeat. Very good. And now we move to the left side of the heart, which is the aorta is from the left side of the heart, would pump the newly oxygenated blood after it moves from the lungs into the left side of the heart. It goes from the right side to the depleted blood goes from the right side of the heart into the lungs. Your breath oxygenates the blood, and then it goes into the left side. And from the left side, it is pumped out to the rest of the body so that the oxygen in the red blood cells can feed all of the organs, the muscles, the tissues in your body that need the oxygen to move, to breathe. It is food for the muscles and tissues and organs in your body. So now we are looking at the left side, and we again are doing our cleanse, which includes removing blockages, dead cells, dead tissues, even plaque that is built up on the arteries and veins within this part of the body. We are cleansing. Ooh. This part of the body works extremely hard, and the left top chamber of the heart, the aorta, is the biggest chamber of the heart because it has to pump out a lot of blood to feed the body. So we are helping it improve that functioning. We are looking at the functioning and processes in the left part of the heart, upper and lower chambers, and we are improving those processes, and we are shoring up lines of communication on this side of the heart. Communication that it has with the lungs, with the right side of the heart, and with other organs in your body. Very good. You are all doing so well. We appreciate your participation and your focus on this work. The channel is feeling some grief that has been held in this part of the body for quite some time, and we are assisting in the release. If you feel any type of emotion, know that it is coming up for release, and you're moving it throughout the ethers in actuality. So now we bring in guides, and we are improving the connection, correlation, communication between the left and right sides of the heart, and also between the upper and lower parts of the heart. We are going around and we are looking for any ways that we can improve the functioning or communication within the heart itself, even between the muscle that surrounds the heart and, again, the pacemaker, the biological pacemaker that you all have, which controls your heartbeat and the speed thereof. We are going back in for one final cleanse. We ask that you assist us in asking your heart to release any burdens, any emotional residue, or anything that no longer serves you in this time and place. We ask that you release it and then blow it out through your breath into the ethers, where it will be dissolved and removed from your body and from your field. You have to get it out of your aura, not just the physical body. Very, very good. You're all doing very, very well. And we appreciate your participation. So now we are going to, again, bring in the body template or the divine template, the one that you came in with when you were born. We're going to bring in a fresh, clean version of this heart template. We bring in the template for the entire heart, left and right sides, top and bottom sides, as well as the connection between those parts of the heart and the pieces that connect the heart to other organs. Please bring in your divine template now, and we are laying it over the different parts of the heart and connecting it to your physical heart. This will act as a guidepost for your physical heart so that it can grow, evolve, and work more to your liking. We would say in a more or improved fashion, a more evolved fashion. Very good. And now we ask your physical heart as well as the physical lungs to take the cue from the divine template in your healing journey. Okay. And again, the guides will be with you over the next 3 days to monitor, observe, and to work on anything that might have a reaction to the work that was done here today. If there's some type of reaction or there's some type of hiccup, we will be with you to heal or correct those issues. We ask that you send love to your lungs, send love to your heart for all the work that they do with you on a daily basis, with you and for you. They are part of you, but send some love from your heart to your heart and your lungs, and appreciation for a job well done. We put in final codes to regulate your system, to get it working as effectively, efficiently, and beautifully as possible, touching up any weak areas and improving any strong areas for you. We ask that you breathe in love and breathe out love. 2 more times, breathing in love, breathing out love. Now we access your aura, your field, your etheric field around your body, and we are removing thought forms or any types of negative or conflicting or confusing things that you might have picked up during the day from others or from your environment. We are doing a general cleanse. Just use your breath to release anything that is in your field that you don't need any longer, probably never needed to begin with. Very good. And now we put a hard egg-like shell substance around your aura. We also put a beautiful covering around the work that we did today. This will help keep the work secure, and it will also insulate the work on your heart and lungs from outside interference as your heart and lungs adjust to the new calibration, the new reality in which it lives. Very good. And one last breath of love to your heart and lungs. Then release love from your heart and lungs. And that concludes our work here today. We want to thank you. We want to remind you that you can call on us, the Arcturians, anytime. We are Arcturians that are in spirit form, but there are Arcturians on the earth as well. If you need any type of medical assistance, help, therapy, etc., you can ask us to guide you to an Arcturian physician, for instance, healer, for instance, and we will do so if that is your preference. We are very humbled to work with humanity, and we feel very blessed to be able to participate with you in these healings at this time on planet Earth. We love you and we wish you the best. These are your Arcturian physicians. Namaste, with much love. Amen. And now the channel will come back. Whew, okay. Give me 1 second. Thank you so much. I'm back. And I have to tell you that I was a little, I wouldn't say dizzy, but you know, they were working on the heart. And when I came back, it was like, wow, I don't feel like myself. So you might need to, you know, drink some water or just take a couple minutes to get used to being here without the Arcturians. I want to thank them. I love you, appreciate you. And I want to let you know that they've been working on my heart for a long time, and I've seen them in my heart clearing out crap. And one time there was some type of blockage, and they just ripped it off, and it was like all this, it looked like water came gushing through, and they were all excited because it was like a big removal. So I mean, I was fortunate enough to witness that, but know that if you call them in and you ask them to work on any part of your body or any part of your being, they will do it. And it's really, really beautiful to work with them at night in your dream state. They can do amazing things. So if you're having any types of physical issues, whatever they are, you know, I highly recommend working with the Arcturians. Anyhow, I wish you so well, and I'm feeling so blessed and happy today. I hope you have a fabulous week. And I will be back next week channeling some type of entity. Haven't figured out who or what yet. So anyhow, again, thank you for being here. I appreciate you, and I love you all. Bye-bye.